Hi everyone, welcome to Dharma Earth's Dose of Dharma. This is your dose of Dharma for today. So today I would like to talk about the spirit of overcoming mistakes and to be able to forgive yourself and move on in the Buddha's teachings, okay? Of course, this is a very broad topic. So today I would just like to touch on one of the principles behind the bhikkhus, the monastics, how they, if they make a mistake, how they overcome it and how they move on. And I think this principle can be applied even to lay people. Okay? So basically for monks, if they have done something wrong, okay, there are different levels of rules, and if they break the rules, then they have to make some amendments for it. Okay? There are 4 that is irreversible once they have made and committed the 4 actions, fulfilling all the criteria, then they will automatically no longer be a bhikkhu. They will automatically no longer be a monastic. Okay? But depending on individual case, after that, if they want to become a novice monk, they can, but for this life, they cannot be a full-fledged bhikkhu anymore. And then there's another level where if they committed this level of transgression, then they will have to do probation and observe some kind of prohibitions. Okay? So they will lose their usual bhikkhu standings, and then there are many rules additional rules that they have to follow, and it makes it very tedious and makes it a little bit more difficult for them to be able to purify their morality. So after they have gone through that process, if they make the transgression, they confess it, and then after that, they go through the probation and penance, and go through all the prohibitions. Then after that, they have to request from the Sangha, which is the community of monks, to reinstate their status back. Okay, only after reinstating their status back, then their morality is considered pure. Alright? So this is the second level, another level. Then after that, the other levels, there are some levels which they have to forfeit. They have to confess and forfeit some of the unallowable things, like money and food and stuff. Then after that, they have to make a confession. Then after that, their morality will be pure. And there are another level where their morality can be purified just by confession. Okay, and this is what we call the apati desana. So if they committed this level of transgression, then they will need to find another bhikkhu, find another monk, and then they will do the confession. Usually the content of the confession is like, dear friend, or dear Venerable Sir, I confess all my transgression. Okay? Then the other bhikkhu will say, okay. Then the bhikkhu who's doing the confession, then he will continue to say, I confess all my transgression in this level and to you. And the other bhikkhu will say, do you know your mistakes? Then the confessing bhikkhu will say, yes, I know my mistakes. And the other bhikkhu will say, you should restrain yourself in the future. And then after that, the confession bhikkhu will say, yes, I will restrain myself in the future, and things like that. So basically, if we take the principle of that, okay, if we take the principle behind that, then actually, whenever we make mistakes, it's actually to acknowledge, alright, because you confess, acknowledge, and then acknowledge and accept it, then make a determination to restrain yourself in the future, and then after that, your morality is pure again. Okay? So when you go through a process like this, it actually helps. It actually helps to develop that stability of mind from pure morality. Okay? So this can be said, this can be used for the monks' morality. Then can it be used for lay people? Actually, it also can. If you follow the principles, for example, if you have done something wrong, sometimes it is good to find somebody that you can trust, to confess to them, to say, I have done something wrong. I really need to talk to somebody about this, and then you can talk to them and then tell them about what you have done. And then after that, make a determination to restrain yourself in the future. And if you need help, you can ask help from them, Then after that, move on. Move on already. But of course, we can try to learn from the mistakes, how we committed that transgression and how to prevent it in the future. Right? But you see, some people, when they make a mistake, they get so much involved and so entrenched in the muddy swamp of guilt and self-blame. Right? They can't let it go. But actually, by applying this principle, actually they can accept, make a determination to restrain themselves in the future and learn from that mistake. Okay? So, accept, restrain themselves in the future and learn from that mistake. So I think this is a very good formula for everyone to transcend and to get over their mistakes and to move on to be able to overcome that mistake. Okay? So maybe some mistakes you need to commit 1,000 times before you can overcome it. But if we understand that sometimes change is a process, but every time you do it, continue to apply this principle, I think it would be very helpful for all of us to let go of the emotional burden and move on and become more solution-minded instead of getting entrenched and trapped in the muddy swamps of guilt and self-blame. Okay? So that's our dose of Dharma for today. I wish this is beneficial to all of you. I wish all of you well, peaceful and happy. And may the Triple Gem bless all of us to be able to attain path, fruition and Nibbana as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.